Hi there, and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. What do you think of the hoodie? Let me know your thoughts. I hope you like it. We're just trying to do one or two things to make it work better. So just give me a minute. Yeah, you see it all right. I want to make sure you can see it all right. So yeah, you can. Okay, that's good. Now, this is Very Dark Man or Matthew. You know, I think it's Matthew will say. I think I'm not quite sure what the name is exactly, but it's from Edo State. He's going to give a testimony at the National Assembly. Let's roll the tape and watch, and then we can make some comments. Here we go.
And makes a report. Now, I want to know if what he's reading is the report that was made from the IPOs or an investigation that he did on a 100%. Now, why I'm saying this is, it is possible that the IPO was the one that actually received. Now, in order to know this, the account number that he used to collect money from the person that reported to me is a Kuda Bank account and his brother's account. That account number needs to be investigated. The money that came into it, the money that left it. Not just that, the money that was withdrawn, because sometimes we dey show office our love sometimes, and we know if we transfer money to them, they're not going to agree, right? So it's possible that they withdrew money, their POS, or they withdrew cash and they paid. So the people that should be there, sorry to not suggest, the person who I think should be there are the direct IPOs that reported to their organs on everything. That's what I think. Thank you, sir.
A member representing Ojobi Federal Constituency. I'm from Benue State. Assistant Controller General. First, I really want to appreciate the light you've thrown to the whole scenario, but I want to also put something straight here. We have a constitution that backed us as a nation. The 1999 Constitution as amended. Some of these, your findings, whether transgender or whatever other.
This is courtesy of TVC. I'm probably going to do a longer version of this at some point later on, but I think this is really clips of the whole thing. But I've got another one I'll be showing later on. But let's watch this.
Case is not recognized by our constitution. These are your special discovery in the area of your field that you are managing professionally. I want this to be laid to rest before it will be, attached to all of us seated here today. That is, by the way, we've come on oversight to those correctional facilities. And personally, I can attest to it. Even while we are speaking here, some will be thinking maybe the medium, Krikri prison, and the maximum is something that have this time. It's just a stone throw. We walked there. We walked from the medium down to the maximum, to the women, female. From female, we went to the maximum. It's just something workable. It's not something very far away. And we saw some of these cells by ourselves. The only thing I was keen about, I was listening carefully for me to hear, is if this Mr. Okuneye was actually taken off the facilities totally. But you have cleared it. So I needed to say this so some of our colleagues could understand that we were there. And I saw it for myself. If I've seen something different, I will say it. We saw some high-profile people, high-profile convicted inmates there. We requested for them. We saw them. These were some of the emails they told us that they are not in custody. But we saw them. I won't mention their name for obvious reason. And then some of these things that are being said are also of high security intel. It's because we are following the directive of Mr. Chairman. Some of these things will have been better in an executive section so that we can hit them one after the other. But be as it may, there are some other issues really to be looked into. You see, we have one of the officers that came on board. A question was thrown to him. Are you suspended or you are not suspended? The question was not well answered. These are some things that you yourself, as someone who is heading that region, should clarify as well. So we want to know, was there disciplinary measures put in place as a result of this trending issue we are investigating now? Is something that can come from a preview before even the Controller General will now make an attestment to it. So we need you to clarify that, what you are doing regarding this video.
Was impressive. But you are under investigation now. The integrity is at stake. You must prove that Bobrisky at no time was he taken out of your facility. The officer before you had shown that the 10 days he spent in the medium security facility had a history of visitors. Can you also prove that when he was taken to the maximum security prison, he has a history of his visitors?
So there is a part 2 coming up of this video, but I want to just show you part 1. You can already see the question. So they're asking the Comptroller General of the prisons questions now. And it's interesting. You know, the person who contacted VeryDarkMan has really called the right shot, and it's on the day that is now the so-called Independence Day. It's worth putting this out there. What are your thoughts? I'm going to come back and do a longer version video, part 2. Watch out for the part 2. But you saw VeryDarkMan there testifying, you know, at the National Assembly in front of the National Assembly members. And they've had to bring in the Comptroller General of Prisons, I think Oguni or something. I can't remember his name. You know, but we'll come back with the part 2 of that. Anyway, what are your thoughts on that? Now you've watched that. Let's hear your thoughts. You're, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak with the power. I mean, Nigeria is not functioning. This is a clear case of a systemic failure. When people can, so-called prisoners can circumvent the system and escape facing justice, that is the clearest sign that the nation is simply not functioning. And again, we keep urging and reiterating to citizens that in the end we must participate in our governance because we are the sovereign. Section 14(2)(a), I'll just state briefly. States sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. You are a sovereign. You need to begin to use those powers. And how to use the powers of sovereignty is to participate in your governance. 14(2)(c), the participation by the people in the government shall be ensured in accordance with the provisions of this constitution. That means you participate by way of questioning your politicians, not just about voting. Your real job is to monitor the politicians, question them, and the best way to do it is via monthly town hall meetings. I'll come back and talk some more. Quickly, I'll say that in Yoruba. The 14(2)(a), abala kẹrin láìsẹ̀ kejì a, ìjọba jẹ́ ti àwọn ènìyàn Nàìjíríà láti ọ̀dọ̀ ẹni tíjọba nípasẹ̀ òfin orílẹ̀-èdè gbogbo ara àti àṣẹ. And 14(2)(c), abala kẹrin láìsẹ̀ kejì c, ìkópa àwọn ènìyàn nínú ìjọba wọn gbọ́dọ̀ rí dájú ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú àwọn òfin orílẹ̀-èdè. The thing is this: unless we, the citizens, begin to monitor our governance right from the local level to the federal on a monthly basis through a town hall meeting, all of this will continue to happen. There is no accountability from the system to you, the people. You have the powers as a sovereign to demand that accountability via monthly town hall meetings where you question them on the funds they received, what's been used for, who are the contractors, what's the balance left, to keep on top of them and question them and ensure that you can recall them. If they fail to answer, you can impeach your governor. You can recall your state as a assembly member. You can recall your House of Reps. You can recall your senators. You can impeach your governors. You know, these are the powers you possess. And actually, even the president can be impeached in the right conditions as long as we follow the system. For example, to impeach the State of Assembly members, it is Section 110. to impeach the senators and House of Reps, it is Section 69. Sorry, not to impeach, to recall, let me say it again, to recall the State House of Assembly member, it's Section 110 of the 1999 Constitution. To recall your senator and House of Rep, it is Section 69. To impeach your governor is Section 188. So these are the things we need to be aware of. But you know, well done by VeryDarkMan, and this is it. This is a willingness. You can see now that within the youth, they want honesty, they want truth, they want good governance, and they're standing up for it. So we have to applaud him for that. One or two things may not have been perfect, but you can see what he's trying to do, and good. I think it's a good thing that he's done this, and we need to really begin to hold our governors to account via monthly town hall meetings. I'll come back and we'll talk some more. You're listening to Season AY, the platform where we speak truth power. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, give us thumbs up. I wish I could say happy Independence Day, but people are hungry, they're suffering. So that's why we are talking about concerns of the people rather than celebrating. There's nothing to celebrate. Our governance is wedding itself into the dollars that is simply being used to take our wealth away and impoverish us, because they buy our resources on the cheap. For as long as our currency is rated at a low value, they can continue to buy our resources on the cheap. We need to take control of that currency and determine the rate ourselves. We own the resources. We can demand. We must determine the price. We must determine the rate ourselves. This has gone on long enough, but anyway, we'll come and talk about that in greater detail. For now, thank you very much. You've been listening to Season AY, the platform where we speak truth about Latron. Thank you, and bye for now.